Hello, goblins and ghouls. Welcome back for the second installment of my October daily. And today we're going to be doing, I think it's pages 4 to 9. I'm kind of caught up, but I don't want to do all the pages in this video. So let's get started. So obviously, hopefully that's in frame. These are those days. So this was the last day we did, where it was what's under the bed. And now we move to day 4. And the prompt for day 4 was make your own Halloween bat and give it a Halloween night story. So this is my page for my Halloween bat. I cut this, I hand drew it. I tried to base it on the bat in my logo, and I hand drew this and then cut it out of this beautiful flocked paper that I just inked up. Used some Tim Holtz dies of the houses here, cut out a moon and that already had bats on it, and then cut out loads and loads of bats. This was already on here, so that was good. And then this little piece of paper, first of all, I've got the number 4. And then I've got this stamped image of this little bat girl, some bat paper behind. And I used the smaller bats to make like a photo corner. So this is who the story's about. And then this is a vintage bat image that I had from a book that I wanted to add. And in this little tuck, this was already here in the book, so I've just added Going Batty. And in this little tuck, I've got a little piece of paper that, again, I think this came with the book. I added the bat and this little sign that says, "Let's hang out," which I quite like. And so my little story is, once upon a time, there was a young bat. From her home, she would watch as Halloween rolled around each year and wish she could join in all the fun with the human children. This year she wished so hard that a kind old witch heard and granted her wish, but told her she would be a bat again by midnight. The little bat was so excited to be a human girl, and everyone thought that her bat wings and pointy bat ears were such a wonderful costume that they all oohed and ahed. The little bat had so much fun. She bobbed for apples, listened to spooky stories, and collected as many sweets as possible until she couldn't carry any more. As midnight drew near, the little bat went away into the shadows and once again became a beautiful bat. She flew into the night sky carrying her bag of sweets from trick-or-treating. But before she went back to her family, she dropped a few treats at the kind old witch's door. So if you ever look up at a Halloween sky and think you see a bat carrying a bag of sweets, it may just be a little bat girl has again wished very hard. So here I've added this little bat carrying her little bag of bat sweets. And that is my day 4. So this is quite a chunky journal. It's already getting chunky anyway with all my bits in it, but it's got lots of pages. So some of the pages just weren't suitable to do a spread. So on those pages, I'm going to add something else. So this is just a random page of some bits that I had. These are some digital stamps that a friend of mine makes. And she sent me them last year, and on this one I've actually used a shimmer paint and then added some sparkles so it looks like icing. And then this is like my pastel Halloween. And then she also made me these ATCs of Buffy and Spike, because I love Buffy and I particularly adore Spike. So Buffy is my spirit animal. It would be Anya for me. Anyone who watches that will know Anya would be my spirit animal. So day 5, or prompt 5, what are your favorite Halloween or October activities? And so I've done this kind of spread. So some of my favorite activities, this is a little envelope I made, and in here is just a little card, Happy Halloween, that I've written what some of my favorite activities, because, well, the whole season's a favorite. And some of my favorite activities, I love the fact that I get to drink all sorts of tea. Again, this was drawn by the same friend who did the digital stamps and ATC. She sent me this in my Halloween advent last year, so I'm trying to use these. I love tea. I love the creepy sweets that come out and the creepy cakes and confectionaries and all that kind of thing. So trick-or-treating. Used to love it when my kids went trick-or-treating, but now I love it when the trick-or-treaters come to our door. Pumpkin patch. So this is a little image. I love going to the pumpkins or picking pumpkins up, carving pumpkins, eating pumpkins, anything pumpkin-y. It's the time of year of the witches, which I just love. I love the fact that it's spooky and, you know, 'tis the season to be spooky and all that. Love the leaves falling and all the colours in the tree. Love our little family Halloween party traditions that we have every year. Love the fact that it's time to watch the old movies or any spooky movie and anything like that. And I love to read. So this little guy is reading scary books. So I love all that. Another thing I love is that I can get some more Halloween clothes. To be honest, I wear Halloween clothes most of the year. Yes, I know, but I do. But I love going to the shops and finding new Halloween bits. So I actually went shopping this day, and these are some of the labels. There's a Disney label under there because I got a little Disney dress, and then this one is a lady's Halloween tag. And I took a picture of some of them. So this is me in one of the new Halloween dresses that I got. It actually, I think, glows in the dark, this one. And this little Jack Skeleton here is actually a light that I was gifted a few weeks ago by someone, actually, and it's super cute. And then on the back is the rest of what I got. So I got this Disney dress. I'm trying to see if you can see this, but it's got like Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse in capes and on broomsticks. Got this t-shirt that says Mystic Witch with a snow globe and a witch in it, and it's actually rainbow sparkles, so it sparkles really cutely. And this one you can't see as well, but it's a grey t-shirt and it says Trick or Treat with a spider, and it's in black sequins. So that's really cute. So that's what I got on day 5, and there's some of my favourite activities. Day 6, a 2-sentence scary story. So I really went with the woods theme. I used a picture, I'm trying to get the shine off it, in one of my books, my nature books that I've got, of this gorgeous autumn woodland with this sort of beautiful but slightly creepy tree. There's my cat in the background jingling again. I used some green sort of fabric down here. So I kind of did 2 types of stories. So the first one, I've literally used Tim Holtz clip arts Halloween words. And it says, lost in the woods, Rosalie ultimately lost her mind. But my actual story, I sort of did very long sentences for my 2 sentences. So this was already in the book with the embossing. So I've just put my number over that, the number 6, and then added some fabric and some digital paper I had in my stash. And I made this little book, and I'm hoping you can see, but the book itself, it's a Tim Holtz paper, but then I've embossed it with this leaf pattern, so it feels really textured. And then I've painted and used sort of green and gold paint on the frame. And my story is Beware of the Trees. So I've done it like a proper little book. And I love the fact that the paper's tea stained, but the stamps on either side come through. So you get a stamp on one side, but then like the shadow of the other. And it says Chapter 1, Beware of the Forest. Beware of the trees was what the elders of the village had always said. Beware the spirit of the forest. Chapter 2. Now as she stood within the silent heart of the forest, within the deepening shadows, those words tumbled around her mind, but it was too late for her to run, too late for her to even scream. And turn it over. The end. So that is my 2-word scary story all about Halloween. Prompt 7. Create a layout using one of your favourite dark themes and explain why it is. Well, it will probably come as no shock to anyone, but my favourite dark theme is Gothic, Victorian, Gothic, spiritualism, spooky, paranormal, witchy, all that yumminess, that real Gothic vibe. Oh, there goes my throat. So I had this printable. I think this is an Artie Maze. This was in my stash because I'm trying to use as much up as possible. And I just love it. The dress, the writing, the candlesticks, it all sort of gives it that vibe. This sort of flocked effect paper because, you know, that's very Gothic. I love that feeling. The palm reading, a gypsy fortune teller, poison. There always seems to be poison in stories. Then I've used some gilding flakes to add kind of just a hint of something. And then down here it's got like lace and red shimmer fabric, and because you know it's all black and reds and greys and off-whites, and that's my cat meowing. On this side, because this was a little flip, I've added some of this gorgeous lace that I've just got from a shop on Etsy, and then I've used again some paper in the background that's sort of rib cages and roses, and this gorgeous little Victorian image, and it says, I don't believe I'll ever well, down here it says, here in the darkened house of weeping, I don't believe I'll ever feel any creepier, haunted for life, ghost of the departed. And then this was all on here already in the book, which was sort of perfect, all the colours. But I added the word spooky and some washi. This moves around. And then this was a paper clip. Down, pussycat. Sorry. This was a paper clip I actually won in a giveaway last year, which is perfect. And then on this side, these were already here, this flowers and embossing. So I just added another flower that I had from stash. And I created a little witchy tag, again with the same sort of fabrics as on the other page. And there's a little sort of tarot card here with Victoria Francis, because I think her work really exemplifies Gothicness. And why do I like Victorian Gothic? What is there not to love? I love the colours. Red and black are my favourite colours. I love the colours. I love the fabrics and the lace. There's this sort of romantic opulence to it, and I just love the candlelight and the shadows, and you know there's all these the Victorian stories and the original Gothic stories, you know, Poe and Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley and all that lot. They're sort of there are the penny dreadfuls. They were the best, you know, spooky houses and hidden passageways and long flowing crinkling dresses and whispers in an ivy graveyard. That just to me is everything. And the show that sums it all up for me, the most amazing show I've ever seen that sort of encompasses all of those, is the original is the Penny Dreadful show from, I think it was 2014. That series, that one is everything. That is just that just sums up this theme for me perfectly. And yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So prompt 8, this might be one of my favorite pages in my journal so far, was create a page based on ravens. I love ravens and crows and magpies and anything like that. So what I wanted to do was, I've got a lot of stamps, so you'll be seeing me use a lot of stamps throughout this journal. I've got a lot of stamps I don't often use. I can't draw, so I buy stamps, but then I can't colour very well, so I end up not using them. So I'm trying to use as many of my stamps as possible in my October Daily. And I've got all these raven or crow, whatever you want to call them, stamps. So I've got this one, I've stamped Nevermore on it. I've got this raven paper at the top of both pages, bottom, and that's a Tim Holtz paper, and I only realized after it was already stuck down that it's upside down, but it's my journal and I don't think it matters because you still get the whole effect. Now I've got these little raven stamps, and then there's this one under here on the skull. I had some of these fake black feathers, so I stuck those down. This says, once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary. And then I had this feather in my stash. Again, it's a fake one, so I just put Corvus down there. And then I love working with waxes, and this wax is a black and green. It kind of reminded me of, I'm hoping that picks up, of a magpie's feathers a little bit. And it's got an ink and bottle and a quill, and I used some wax over here and here. So my inspiration for this page wasn't just ravens. I imagined what Edgar Allan Poe, if he had a journal and he had all these ideas about a new poem or a new story, this would be his inspiration page. You know, he'd go out in nature, he'd hand draw the ravens, the ink splotches would be on there from when he's like writing, and the wax, and then pick up the feathers and, you know, just a few quotes that had come into his head. So this was my theory on this, that this was an inspiration spread while Edgar Allan Poe was working on his new piece of writing. So day 9, and we'll leave it there, is design and describe your ideal spooky house. Well, it's no surprise after what you've just seen of my favourite theme that my ideal spooky house would be a gothic castle or a gothic mansion. So I printed this image out because, you know, look at that. It's all the rooms and everything. And then I turned it into a shaker with bats and ghosts. Sorry about the glare because, you know, it's spooky. And I've just written on the back, my ideal spooky house would have to be a crumbling ancient castle, overgrown gardens, ivy creeping everywhere, out in the isolated wild area, maybe the moors, full of gothic details, red and black decor, candles, chandeliers, full of wood and long corridors, hidden doors and secret passageways, a place of ghosts, hidden magic, mysteries and opulence. So I also printed out some of these images. So this is like a red velvety vampire bedroom scene with a chandelier, and there's like a stairway that would be good. I used some flock paper that I'd made my bat out of, had some black, red and velvet, because it's kind of like almost like I was doing it almost like a mood board or something, you know, if I was going in and saying, hey, design me my perfect spooky house, these would be it. Did some embossing filigrees on here and some more fabric over here. Did use the Tim Holtz ghosts, and I inked, but I also double embossed and heated them, so they've got this weird shadowy almost burnt colouring on some of them, so there's ghosts all over. This tag actually came with the journal, and I have just added the ghost and some washi. And then on this page I did like a library, because every spooky house should have a spooky library, and there's another ghost hidden behind there. So it was also a really good day, because on that day I received some happy mail, purchased some new spooky Halloweeny DVDs, and got some great new Halloweeny fabric. So that was day 9, and sneak peek of day 10. So, yeah, day 10, which was lots of fun. So that is days 4 to 9. First week's already done. Can you believe it? October will be gone before we've even had a chance to fully enjoy it. So let me know down below what page you liked, what layout. Let me know what your favorite spooky theme is. Is it a spooky theme? Is it more like Pastel-Halloween? Is it fun spooky, you know, like Scooby-Doo kind of thing? Or is it gothic? You know, just let me know down below. And that is all for now. If you've liked what you've seen, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed but like what you've seen, then please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all my subscribers, and I hope you are having a wonderful October so far. And October blessings, everyone. I will see you again soon. Bye.